We are looking at the Suku S100 Pro Wi-Fi Action Cam. Out of the box, you get a ton of accessories. You get the waterproof casing, you get things to mount on your helmet or on your car or wherever. It comes with a lot of extra cool stuff like extra battery, remote control. That's one great thing about this action camera. My initial impression with this action camera is it is really easy to navigate. The touchscreen feature makes things really nice compared to other action cameras I've used. It's really easy to change the resolution. You don't have to go through a bunch of menus. You just touch the screen a few times and boom, you're good to go. So I want to walk you through some of the tests I did with this. I wanted to test the video quality to see how good it was. Here's a sample video of me recording in 4K. This is with the gyroscope on and wide dynamic range on. Here's a video of me now in 2K. This is a video of me in 1080p at 60 frames per second. This is a video of me at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And to compare, this is a video at 1080p 30 frames per second without the wide dynamic range or WDR turned on. So I did a couple tests to see the difference between wide dynamic range and gyroscope, and you can see in this video on one side I've got the gyroscope and wide dynamic range turned on, and in the other video I do not. A couple of takeaways from this. For one, the gyroscope crops the image, so the quality is not going to be quite as high, but the gyroscope really does work really well at stabilizing the image. The other thing I noticed is that the overall quality of the video with wide dynamic range off I think is a little bit better, but you are going to have problems running into different lighting situations. I did a couple other tests with this action camera. Here is a clip of my son indoor. You can see the image quality is not really that great, but that's no surprise. It was a really low light situation. And here is a clip of me doing a shake face in slow motion. This is 7020p at 120 frames per second. In conclusion, I'd kind of like to talk about a couple of the things I really like and a few things that I don't really care for this action camera. To start off with some of the things that I think could be improved. For one, I think the image quality could be a little bit better. I think it's okay, but it's not amazing. I also think the audio could be a little bit better. I found the audio to be a bit quiet. While it was pretty good, it could be improved a bit. I went out to an island to get some nice footage with this, and I found that all of my shots were yellow on that day. I don't know why. It might have been because it was cloudy or something like that, but that's something that I thought was really weird with this. So I actually wrote to the company, and they let me know that there was a firmware update. So I updated the camera, and I haven't had that problem since. So that's one thing I actually really like about this camera. For one, you have good support, and two, there's active updates on this. Like, it will get better. Another thing I really like about this camera is the navigation is really nice. I really like the touchscreen feature. It's nice to be able to have voice activation, though I don't use it a lot. Another thing that is nice is when you start recording, it actually says it's starting recording or stopping recording, and that's kind of nice if you cannot see the screen of the camera. That way you know what's going on. Overall, I think my favorite thing about this camera is just that it has a lot of great features and it's actively being worked on. I wish the image quality was a little bit better, but I think it's actually pretty good.